Everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia Missing, available on Amazon, coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson-Zia. Double suspense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David and 30 exquisite paintings and the life of the Psalms of David through Sweet Psalms. Check out The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. 40 podcast platforms, heard in 100 countries. Check it out today. We're here with the amazing, multi-talented, and backed by popular demand animal communicator, healing expert, and founder of the Gentle Barn. She serves as an animal matchmaker, saving, rehabbing, and caring for animals, beginning at 6 and basically solving behavior issues at 11. Operates a Gentle Barn in 3 locations since 1999. We had her on before about My Gentle Barn, and now she gets into a new book, basically a colorful, compelling narrative of the healing maneuvers of barnyard through the years, and the stories of being rescued from the trauma and treated love and respect. It's called Cow Hug Therapy. Can you actually hug a cow? We'll find out live, ladies and gentlemen, Plus Studios in beautiful downtown LA. The amazing multi-talented animal communicator, healing expert, and founder of the Gentle Barn, backed by popular demand, multi-talented Ellie Laks. Ellie, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us again today.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me again.
Well, it's great to have you back as well, too. And I'm sure you got the animals all listening as well, too. And as we heard in 40 podcast platforms, 100 countries, make sure all the animals tune in. So we had you last. You're an animal communicator, healing expert, and founder of the Gentle Barn. You serve as an animal matchmaker, saving, rehabbing, and caring for animals, beginning at 6, solving behavior issues at 11. You operate the Gentle Barn in the 3 locations since 99. You have a new book that's a colorful comparative narrative of the healing moves, mavens of the barnyard through the years, and stories of being rescued from trauma and treated with love and respect. It's called Cow Hug Therapy. And before getting all that, Ellie, give us a very quick recap of how you got started.
How I got started. Well, yes.
Very quick recap.
Well, animals have been speaking to me since I was a small child. I noticed that the people around me didn't see animals quite the way that I did. From the time I was 7, I told everyone that when I grew up, I was going to have a big place full of animals and show the world how beautiful they are. As a young adult, I discovered a horrible petting zoo, started bringing animals home to my little half-acre backyard. One day, I realized I'd started my dream, and that was 25 years ago. Since then, the Gentle Barn has expanded to be a national organization.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we have locations in Los Angeles, California, and Nashville, Tennessee. We have close to 200 rescued animals currently and thousands over the last 25 years. We specifically take in animals that have nowhere else to go. We rehabilitate them, and then if they're ever ready, we partner with them to heal people with the same stories of trauma and connect people to the love and magic of animals. And my new book, Cow Hug Therapy, is full of stories of some of our most resilient animals, how they literally saved human lives, and the wisdom they have to share with all of us.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing! And did you say you expand to LA, Nashville, and say what did you say? 300 locations, 300 animals. Was it 300 again?
No, it's 2 locations and close to 200 animals.
Oh, 200 animals. Okay. So that's saving 200 animals. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm adding some extra animals in my head. So I guess that's a big thing too. So yeah. So, and you've operated a Gentle Barn as well too. And again, just tell us more about that, what you guys do.
Yeah, so I run the Gentle Barn with my husband and co-founder of the Gentle Barn, Jay Weiner. He goes into some of the darkest places on this planet to pull animals out of the jaws of death, bring them home to the Gentle Barn, where I get to heal them using energy healing, animal communication. We sing to them, read to them, meditate with them, hold them and love them until they are well physically, emotionally, and mentally. And once they're well, if we can find a home and family of their own, we do. But if they need ongoing care for the rest of their lives, then we give them sanctuary with us for the rest of their lives. They have enrichment, they have music therapy, they have chiropractic, massage therapy,
Oh, wow.
acupuncture. We do nutritional supplements like sun chlorella. We have violinists, guitarists, pianists come in, sound bowl healing to play for the animals. I speak to them and ask what they've been through, what they need and want. So their voice is very clear and we can cater to their every need. Um, and we get to love them to their last breath. And if and when they're ready, they get to really heal people that are suffering like they did. People that are suffering from depression, anxiety, loneliness, suicidal ideation, grief, trauma. Traditional therapy is phenomenal for anyone who is brave enough to explore out loud what they've been through and find the lessons hidden within their experiences. But there are many people that have suffered trauma when they were pre-verbal, so they don't remember their trauma, or people that are
so it's like blackened out, right? They black out.
Well, they just don't remember.
Or is block. That's what I meant to say. Block the minds.
Yeah. There's many people that have trauma that are blocked out. They don't remember because they're just trying to survive. Or other people that are too angry and shut down to even want to go there. And the magic of healing with animals is that you don't need to talk. You don't need to relive your trauma. You just need to be present with them and let them do the work. And cows are extraordinary healers to those of us that are hurting. And I think the most remarkable thing is that the cows know what the people are going through, even though we may not. When someone books a cow hug therapy session, we don't necessarily ask why they're coming, but the cows know. And so if it's someone that has the weight of the world on their shoulders and just need to laugh and feel younger, the cows lick them and do silly, funny things to make them laugh. If it's someone that needs to be grounded and centered, the cows meditate with them and hold still for them. And if it's someone that is really going through a hard time, that is suffering from loss or trauma, then the cows literally wrap their necks around them and hold them until they feel better. And I have so many stories in my book, Cow Hug Therapy, about these incredible gentle giants, what they've gone through, how they've learned to forgive, trust, and love again, and what they do in return for human beings. And it's amazing, amazing stories.
Mm-hmm. And how about PTSD?
Yes, we do a tremendous amount of work for PTSD.
And yes, certainly as well too. And what is cow hug therapy? We'll find out just one minute with Ellie Laks. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. It's powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love me to first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has got great reviews. And Eve 11 and George by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. 4 Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Coming soon as well, Double Suspense, Double the Fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by Sweet Psalms by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David, including 30 exquisite paintings and King David's Psalms. The Sweet Psalms gives a new perspective of David to the Psalms he wrote and his time as a shepherd growing up, plus his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul, instead of love, hope, repentance, betrayal, and more. Check it out. Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Now, 40 podcast platforms, heard in 100 countries. Tickets with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to us on Spreaker, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeart, YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and more. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok for great gift ideas. Check out Amazon.com, the Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com, check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, Go to Amazon.com/me and Molson for great books like Missing, Once, Wrinkles, and more. Check it out today and support the Mike Winters Show at Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWintersShow.com. We're here with the amazing animal communicator, healing expert, and founder of the Gentle Barn Ellie Laks here on the Mike Winters Show. And the new book, or the new project, we should say, Cow Hug Therapy. How did that first get started, by the way?
25 years ago, I rescued my very first cow named Buddha. And immediately I could tell she was very, very special. Um, as a matter of fact, I was sitting there on the bench trying to figure out what to name her. And she stopped what she was doing and came all the way over to me and stared at me very intently and told me her name was Buddha. I wanted to name her Peaches.
Well, she'd probably tell you to move it on that once or move on.
Yes, absolutely. So she would do my work with me, host the kids from foster agencies, inner city schools, drug and alcohol rehab centers. She was extraordinary, and she opened people up and helped them be vulnerable. And in those early days, there was a lot of stress with trying to get a nonprofit off the ground, raise the funds, clean the barnyards, feed the animals, while at the same time raising a 1-year-old son. So I
Oh,
had
wow.
a lot going on. I was exhausted, I was stressed. And I remember at the end of a long day, coming to say goodnight to her, and she beckoned me to sit next to her, which I did. And she wrapped her neck around me and held me. And I burst into tears and cried into her shoulders. And I came to rely on those hugs every single night, knowing that I needed them just to stay afloat. And it was only a few weeks until I realized that there were other people in the world that needed those hugs too, and I couldn't keep them to myself. So I opened the phone book and I started inviting people that were hurting from agencies come to the Gentle Barn and heal with me. And I would bring them to Buddha right at the beginning. And the toughest, most defensive, most cold, most hardened teenager or young adult would rest their faces on Buddha's shoulder and immediately melt into open, vulnerable, humble people. And the transformation was just something I never got tired of witnessing.
Oh my gosh, I want to hug a cow right now. Can you come up to a cow and just hug them, or does the cow have to get to know you?
Well, okay, so just like not all of us can be good therapists, not
Right.
all cows are huggable. They have to feel safe. You can't go up to a cow in a random field that doesn't trust people at all and try to hug them. You will get hurt. It will not work. Um,
Right.
So when cows come to the Gentle Barn, we put them through a very extensive and lengthy rehabilitation program so that physically and emotionally they're getting the healing and the support that they need to erase their trauma and their past. Once they trust, they have forgiven, they have found joy, they have settled in and made friends, and they trust us all, then at some point we always leave it up to them. They have to be the ones to choose it. And not all cows do. Some cows want to just be left alone because the scars from humans in their lives runs too deep and they just never want to do that kind of work. They just want to be left alone. And we have caregivers that give them food, water, and keep them clean and groomed and brushed, and they get to live amongst other cows. But there are very, very special cows that we get to heal, and at some point, they decide that they want to pay it forward, that they want to connect with people and they want to help people. And so there's a time in their journey where all of a sudden they walk right up to us and they ask us to pet them and they ask us to hug them and they start interacting with us. And then once they feel very comfortable with us, we can have our guests come and interact with them. Um, if you look at a human therapist, they're typically someone who have suffered in their lives, had trauma of their own, had to learn to trust and forgive and heal and overcome their own stuff, and then decide that they want to pay it forward to help other hurting humans. And it's the exact same way with cows. Cows have to go through their own trauma, their own healing, and then choose to pay it forward. And it's incredible when they do, when they choose to really heal us. Cows are naturally very nurturing, very loving in their own society. And so when they open up their nurturing to encompass us humans, we're
Hmm.
very, very lucky to be in their presence.
Hmm. And what kind of trauma have these cows gone through? Like common traumas, or some personal traumas? What are some of the common traumas they experience, and what's been like the most traumatic one of the cows has experienced?
So at the Gentle Barn, we rescue our cows from the dairy and meat industry. And so they've had their babies taken away over and over and over again. They've watched their
Oh.
friends be slaughtered, sometimes right in front of them. They've been ripped away from their loved ones. And we do rescue cows from inside the slaughterhouse. So some of the cows have actually been inside slaughterhouses or veal crates or the dairy industry, where they're either born there and taken away from their mom, or they are the mom and have had countless babies taken away from them. So there's huge emotional trauma, feeling vulnerable, feeling unprotected, feeling unheard, unseen, misunderstood. The grief, the grief alone is enormous with the majority of the cows that we rescue.
Hmm. And I also thought about the most common. What was like the most challenging trauma that you dealt with a cow?
The most common trauma that we deal with cows is either being taken away from their moms or having their babies
I was
stolen.
talking about the most challenging ones, the most ever challenging, the most difficult, or like overcoming the impossible.
When we rescue a cow right from inside the slaughterhouse, that's a cow that was born in a ranch where they never really had positive contact with human beings. They're loaded up very violently into trucks, driven to slaughterhouses, ripped away from their families, their parents, their brothers, their sisters. Um, they watch their families go to slaughter, and at the last hour, we're able to take them out. They have survived so much trauma. Like we have this cow named Phoenix. Um, she was rescued from inside a slaughterhouse. She was pregnant. She was sent to slaughter pregnant. She had her baby on the kill floor. Her baby was so sick that he died.
Oh my
Um,
God.
Thankfully, the owner of the slaughterhouse still allowed us to take her. It was like over 100 degrees in Los Angeles. She was so overheated that in the trailer, she actually collapsed and couldn't breathe. Jay pulled into a fire station and used the fire hose to cool her down enough so that she could stand up, breathe, and make the rest of the trip home. She spent the first 3 months at the Gentle Barn literally shaking and convulsing if she heard or saw a human being.
Oh wow.
And so we spent every single day meditating with her, playing music for her, reading out loud to her, singing to her. I would go and sing to her every single day until she got used to the comings and goings, realizing they would always be food and always be water for her and soft bedding. I spoke to her every single day and let her know what her life would look like moving forward. And slowly, slowly, she began to trust us. But it took, God, I want to say it took a year before we were able to brush her and pet her. And now she's living with a huge group of cows at our healing center. She doesn't need to do cow hug therapies or tours. They have their caregivers that keep them cared for, and she gets to be surrounded by cows and not see many humans because I think um, she survived what humans are capable of, and now she just wants to be with other cows and have a good life.
Hmm. I think that's a really good idea as well, too, just being with your own kind and everything else. And what else can you describe about cow hug therapy, other benefits, and more about cow hug therapy and what we don't know about? What else can cow hug therapy do besides what we talked about?
Cow hug therapy is like the combination of animal assisted therapy, yoga, and meditation, kind of all rolled up into one. Look, it's irrefutable the healing benefits that animals have for us. We know that it lowers our blood pressure and our heart rate. We know that it releases oxytocin. We know that it creates really good feelings and brings back the hope and the healing in all of us. That's been proven again and again and again with dogs and cats and even horses. What the Gentle Barn brings to the table is that we're saying it's not just dogs, cats, and even horses, it's all animals, especially farm animals. Um, when we're with them, when they trust us, when they love us, they do all of those things that I just mentioned, lower our heart rate, release oxytocin, but they help us get grounded and centered and kind of return to ourselves in a way that it's hard pressed to find anywhere else. Look, talk therapy, like we talked about, it's good to discover the growth and the lessons within our trauma. But when we're with a cow, they give us their energy, they give us their unconditional love, they give us their non-judgmental attitudes, they give us their time, and it immerses us in the present. I think that as humans, we're not very good at being in present time. We're always thinking of the past or planning for the future or worrying about something or looking at our phones and our computers and our podcasts and our radios. Like we have coming to
Even my podcast, I'm kidding.
Doing one thing at a time, that's one thing, right? Sitting down to listen to a podcast, that's amazing. But most of us are running through our days with information coming to us from all sides. And we don't spend time in the quiet, in the stillness. We don't spend time breathing and releasing. And I think that's one of the things that animals are really, really good at. So it's one of the things that cows offer us is that opportunity to just be still, be quiet, be grounded, be centered, return to ourselves. And an hour of that will change your life.
Mm-hmm. And what else can we learn from cows?
For me, cows are everything that we should be and will be once we awaken to love. They are vegan and harm no one. They meditate every single day. Family is their most important and treasured ethic. Um, they face their challenges head on. They are aware of the environment and leave pastures better off than when they found it.
Mm-hmm.
They raise their babies. They demand their teenagers to have uh, good manners. They fall in love. They groom each other. They love each other. They're 100% inclusive, so they don't shun anyone. They welcome and include everyone.
Nice.
They're a beautiful tribe. And they're matriarchal too. So they rule with feminine energy. They're very inclusive and collaborative. They're an incredibly beautiful tribe, and they have so much to teach us because our own society is kind of lost. And if our society was more like cows, there'd be a lot more peace and a lot more happiness.
Mm-hmm. I would agree so as well too. And lastly, how can we help?
Check out gentlebarn.org. Find out if you're near Nashville or Los Angeles, you can come visit. You can look at our animals, read their stories, see their beautiful pictures, and even sponsor one that you fall in love with. And you can donate to help us extend our programs to more hurting humans, save more animals, heal more hearts, and create more gentleness on this planet.
Mm-hmm. And what's the website again?
Gentlebarn.org.
We will certainly check that out. Once again, with the amazing Ellie Laks of the Gentle Barn and also Cow Hug Therapy. That's the new book and project on the Mike Wagner Show. Ellie, just a couple more things. What else can we expect in 2025 and beyond?
I'm really excited about 2025. I think it's the year where we're going to be financially really strong and powerful. We're going to open more hearts, write more books. I myself am planning a podcast at some point. I want a Gentle Barn TV show so that we can put these animals and show the world how beautiful they are and how healing they are. I just want to bring these animals a bigger stage, louder voice, and brighter light in 2025.
Mm-hmm. And it's a great idea as well. And of course, once again, what's the website again?
It's gentlebarn.org, and my book, Cow Hug Therapy, is available on Amazon and anywhere books are sold.
All right, we'll certainly check that out. We're the multi-talented Ellie Laks of My Gentle Barn and Cowhook Therapy, the brand new book on the Mike Wagner Show. Ellie, it's great to have you back on. Thank you for your time. You're always welcome to come back on. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love having you back. We wish you all the best. And Ellie, you definitely have a great future ahead of you. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.